Good morning and welcome to Money and Mindset. I'm Dr. Stephanie Ardrey, known as Dr. Money.
And I am Dr. Thyonne, your story genius. Good morning. Good morning from Jamaica. I'm not from Jamaica, but looks like someone is visiting Jamaica. How is it there where you are, Stephanie? Tell us where you are, Dr. Money.
So today I am coming to you live from the Bayview Resort in Port Antonio. And as you can see, the beautiful bay is behind me.
Yes, yes. Where is Port Antonio?
Yes. So this is another side of the island. Typically, this was really the start of tourism in Jamaica way back when. This was where the celebrities and stuff used to come and hang out. And so it's going through a renaissance, a type of revival at this point. So we're excited to be a part of that.
Beautiful. Very, very nice. This is where this all began. So it's so fitting that we're almost up to a year of doing this money and mindset. And this is where it all began. And you're back to where we started.
I'm so overjoyed with just the blessing of talking about, we took a trip to rest and recover, and that emerged to exploring and taking advantage of a business opportunity, right? And taking it forward and just going forward to make it come to fruition. I think that's also why even today's show and our guest, Love, who we'll talk about in a little bit, is even more exciting, because definitely at a time where the world stopped and was at panic about a pandemic, you know, some of us were able to find our wits and find other opportunities, as you did as well. Dr. TG, you had a bunch of new opportunities as well. I think we all found ways to pivot.
Absolutely. And I'm excited about today's guest because it really talks about new beginnings and how we get things started and how they get emerging us forward. You know, we started off when we did Money and Mindset, giving people this idea of being cagey. And it sounds like Love was very cagey in getting her work out there and getting her message across and getting her business started. So I think we should bring her in and get as much as we can from Love. If you can give us a little intro of who she is and how she came to Money and Mindset.
Absolutely. So you know Anna Jackson as well. Love is Anna's granddaughter, which means that she also represents what we talk about in creating generational wealth. She's third generation entrepreneur. So her grandparents, her parents, and now she's taken the mantle and has launched her own business. And so I can't wait for her to tell the story. So why don't we just let her come on in to share us. But that's how I came to know Love. And Love, we are so happy to have you join us today. We just are your biggest fans already.
No, thank you. I'm
so really welcome to Money and Mindset.
Thank you.
So tell us tell us about your business and what motivated you to start a company right in the midst of this global pandemic.
So my name is Love, like she said. I started the company because I was supposed to be going away to college last August, but because of the pandemic and COVID, I was not able to go away. So I was able to, work my 2 jobs and also use the money I had put away for college to invest in my business. I always have wanted to have a business, but I just never, this was a perfect opportunity too, because if I was in college, I would only be able to do it like part-time, and it'd probably be taking way longer, and I wouldn't be able to have it as my main focus and priority. So I was happy about that. Yeah.
Love, tell us a little bit about your business and what inspired you to start a business, and then tell us what your business is.
So my business, I own a beauty bar. It's called IIiana Beauty Bar. I rent out suites to private suites to hairstylists, makeup artists, just basically anyone in the beauty industry. I was inspired to do something that contributed to the beauty industry because of my parents and grandparents who own a beauty school of PNA scholars, if some may know. Yeah, so I was really inspired by that. Like I said, so the good thing about my beauty bar is that I provide private personal suites for people who want more private and personal space just because of the pandemic. They want to be separated, you know? So that's what I do. And I don't do a service, but I just rent out the suites.
Well, that's absolutely a service. So you rent suites to other beauty owners, so beauty shop owners. So for example, hair, nails, skincare, lashes,
everything.
Any type of beauty. But okay, great. And where are you located, love?
I'm located on 6 Mile in Southfield, right off the freeway.
Where is that? In what state are you in?
Oh, Detroit, Michigan. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
And Dr. Bunny, you have some questions? I know we're a little bit on a delay. Make sure we get you in here.
So, love, I heard identified your building, but you had to hire contractors, you had to remodel. All of those things are things. I'm in real estate development. I've controlled major portfolios of construction and development, grown, dealing with contractors can bring the average business person to their knees. How did you have the wherewithal and the confidence that you could take on a challenge such as that? You kind of tell us a little bit about the process, about how you envisioned your space, how you directed their work. And then I want to get back and say for college that you use as an investment, because that's very, very important.
Yes, so it was tough dealing with contractors, especially being an 18-year-old, trying to handle everything on my own and try to find contractors and speak to contractors and actually get contractors to take me serious, because me being 18, people always assume that there's someone higher up or that I'm under someone, so there's another voice. So it was pretty challenging, but I was able to get it done. The hardest part was really, it wasn't to find a contractor, but it was while the contractor was there and trying to like basically get things, how I want them, how I expect them to be. So that was hard. And, I went from living in my mom's house to paying bills and trying to figure out how to get things on. And, so that was, but I did have some help with my grandma, finding a building just because she has past experience. But I basically renovated the building. The building wasn't in use for years, so I had to get like everything new. So, yep. And then, yeah.
Love, where did you get the courage and the conviction that you could do this? What made you feel like you could go and buy a building and then actually renovate it?
I had the courage just because I've always had that in me. Like I've always had a, go-getter like type of thing. So I never really have been scared to invest my time and money into something, because even if it was a chance that it'll fail, I always had that, hope that it'll get there. Even if it doesn't get there in the right route or time that I expected to, it'll get there. So it was a 50-50. I did have times where I was like, wow, why am I doing this? Like, I'm investing all my time and money. Like, I'm not rich, so I'm scared. Like, I hope it all pays off. So I did have those doubts as I was going, like, should I really keep going? But I believe that it paid off. So.
And tell us a little bit about, so you went through the process of getting the building. Then you had to figure out how to renovate the building and get construction people to work with you in renovating the building. What was the time frame around that process?
The time frame, I want to say I got super serious and like right on it in November. And I just had my grand opening May 29th. So that was the time frame. It wasn't really that long because like I said, I was able to put my 100% focus into this and work. So I was working for this, and I was doing online school, so I didn't have to be in person in classes. So I had a lot more free time than I would have if I was in class physically. So it wasn't hard finding contractors just because word of mouth. Like I would ask family members, like, do you know someone like who does this or that? But yeah, so that helped me speed up the process a lot. Just having connect like people who knew other contractors, so I didn't have to do too much research on that. But
so you're talking about a 6-month process. You're talking about it took you 6 months to get that building and then to bring it up to you could actually open the business.
Yes, it was a quick process. Yes.
That's amazing. Now tell us a little bit about bringing people in. So now you have this business. It's like, oh, come in and lease my space during a time when people really are not going out a lot. Mm-hmm. So how did you navigate that?
So social media was a big thing for me. I was able to really promote my business and get that exposure from social media just by posting and stuff from followers and having supportive friends who would like tell other people that they know. And one plus about my building was that it was private suites, so people didn't have to worry about being exposed to, just anything in a salon where everything's open and you have hundreds of people coming in a day. So I was able to have private suites, and that was really one of my big promotions, like a private suite. It's like a mini building inside of a building. So it's your own personal, you have a key, it's your own personal room. So that's how I was really able to, grab people in and get people's attention, especially at a time like this. So.
Okay. Dr. Money, did you have another question? I know it's a little windy where you are.
Yeah, I've been waiting between the wind and there's construction happening next to me. So I'm kind of like, okay, it's a safe moment. So, okay. Are you at 100% occupancy? Are we now looking for the next building?
Yes, I'm looking for the next building currently. I really want to expand and just take this to a higher level. So I'm excited about that. I'm looking to expand, even if it's not the same exact business like a beauty bar. I'm looking to, expand and try out new ideas for different things. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. We're going to reach out to you from 420 Wellness Global and 420 Wellness Jamaica because we're in the health, and there's a health and beauty that sits right beside in terms of what it is we're doing around the holistic health and wellness centers. And also when we bring that back into the U.S. So I'm looking forward to an opportunity to be able to do some business with this real estate mogul in development. Excited about that. Looking really forward to that opportunity. And you remind me of, I had my first business at 18 where I negotiated a contract with the California State Library Association, and I was a full-time college student as well. And I remember having people go, how is she going to do this? How is she going to be in school? And how is she going to run this? And, there was a lot of people that had counted me out, but I took that and parlayed that into business opportunity. And I tell people that business, I still lived at home. I sacrificed staying at home longer. I started in my mother's garage, basically. I built out one side as a place to sleep so that I could get started, because I saw that the benefits were important than just using the money, for other things, right? And oftentimes what we see, and I know, come on, 18 right out of high school, you have friends on social media. If they had the money that you have set aside, let's be honest, they'd be out buying a purse, some makeup, a car maybe, but not thinking about investing in a business. So when we talk about mindset, what would you say contributed to the mindset that you have that said, if I go and spend this money, it's gone. But if I make an investment, that's going to be something sustainable for me to build upon. Talk about that a little bit.
So my mindset was really, I always wanted to do something to contribute to my future. That was the most important thing to me. I wanted to, besides getting a degree, I am a full-time student. It was just online, but I always wanted to do something to contribute to my future, and I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always wanted to follow those footsteps. So I was just like, let me just go for it. Let me go for it. Like, this is something I've always dreamed about. It's a perfect opportunity. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm able to just put all my money towards that. I don't have to worry about bills or car notes or anything because I'm still living in my mother's household. So let me take advantage of it as much as I can. So that was really my mindset.
And what did it take for you to do that type of sacrifice? So living in your mom's household still, and giving up some of the things that you would have given up. What was it that made you say, okay, I'm going to do this for, did you set a certain amount of time? Did you say, if it doesn't work, then I'm going to quit and just do this? Or how did you plan for it?
Well, I feel like I didn't do too much planning. I more so just said, this is what I want to do. And I just went straight into it. So, of course, I will ask like questions like from my mom and my grandmother, like on how I could do it, how like what would it take and stuff. And me just watching them from all this time, I'm really able to take notes from them just from watching them my whole life. So I don't think it was because I didn't even really have this idea in the summer. So it really was just like a quick spark, like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So I was able to have the resources to be able to do what I want to do. I was working 2 jobs, so I was able to just put all of that straight into there, cut out a little bit on the social activities and stuff, and really save the money that I was using to work because I didn't have to pay bills. So I'm like, let me do it. I don't have any bill. I'm living with my mom. So
you took advantage of that opportunity. Talk a little bit about, you keep mentioning your mom and your grandmom. Tell us a little bit about mentorship, because that's pretty much what it sounds like. It sounds like you had some people to kind of guide you in terms of the examples that they set. So speak a little bit about the mentors in your life.
So I feel like it wasn't a direct mentoring, but it was me just always watching them my whole life, like running the beauty school, them always telling me things. So I kind of had that implanted in me, like, okay, so I know this is how things work. I know that there's always going to be good, there's always going to be bad. Just growing up in the household with them, I was really able to, take some of those notes in. So it wasn't too much that I needed of guidance, but the questions I did have, they were definitely there, like, because I never even paid a bill. So I was asking them like, yeah, how do I do this? How do I do that? And things like that. More of a
how-to type questions.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you a how-to question. How did you find the right building? How did you know where to look?
So my grandmother has always been into, properties. So I was able to, ask her for help. She actually had already found the building and everything. So I was able to just, she was already looking into the building. So I was able to just get it. Like, she has suggested that building because I was always talking about how I wanted to open up something. She basically suggested that one. So I had her help to look for and look what was the right building, since this is stuff she kind of professions in and finds properties and stuff.
And the location of where your building is it a well-traveled type of location, or is it something that's up and coming? Do you know how that location was chosen? Like, what was she thinking, or what did she tell you about the location?
Well, she had already had the building. I kind of thought that this would be the perfect, she had already was looking at the building. I kind of thought to myself, like, this would be the perfect area for me to start my business, because it's an inner city, somewhere that is still coming up, that's being built up at the moment, and it's a convenient location where I know the services that will be provided in my building. This is a more popular area for those services, for people who are looking for those services. So it's a very convenient location.
Love, you're amazing, and just love everything that you're doing. I'm going to let Dr. Money close this out with you. We're coming up on our time, but boy, we could sit here and chit chat with you all day to get young people inspired to do the thing that you did, not just saying, "Oh, I'm going to."
You are definitely who I see.
Did it. Dr. Money.
So it really is such a beautiful story, and I am excited to be able to watch your continued evolution over time. I'm happy to know you at this point, and I'll give you a flash forward. I had the opportunity. I have been writing a thought leadership book where I'm going back and paying homage to the women who were instrumental in the early part of my career. And it's amazing because I realized that these women met me between the years of 18 and 21, right? That's when they first were introduced to me, and I was a young entrepreneur. Fast forward, you know, Carol Williams from the Carol A. Williams Advertising Agency, you know, Fraser Scott from one of the largest catering companies, you know, just I can go on and on and on about who some of these women are in their own right, in their legacy. But what was so, or has been so exciting in going back and paying homage to them is hearing how they recognized something in me at 18, 19, or whatever that point was that they met me. And so my question for you is, I know you have a beautiful family of history and legacy and guidance. Are there any outside mentors or books or people that you look at and you go, okay, I want my business to sort of evolve like that business?
I wouldn't say any outside people, because I feel like I was mainly inspired by my family, since I was able to, you know, really get the inside of their businesses. So that was really my main, like, oh yeah, I want to be like them. Like I want to be like my mom, my grandma, like that. I want to be like that. So I wouldn't say really any outsiders, because I was always looking. I don't know. I was looking. I was able to see the inside from them. So I was like, yeah, I want to like that.
So what would you say to the next generation of up and coming entrepreneurs, the little girl or the little boy that's about 8 or 9 years old and is just playing, having a good time? What do you think that they should consider or pay attention to if they have the desire to become an entrepreneur by the time they're 18 or sooner?
Well, I would say that there's no age minimums to be a business owner and to start a business. Just stay on top of it. Just if you ever have any doubts, just know that it's gonna pay off. And even if it does fail, it's never fully failed. You can always get back up there and really, you know, make it really happen. There's always gonna be tough parts and hard parts and things that may not feel like it's the straight path to it, but it'll get done as long as you put your all into it and really focus on it, and that is something you really enjoy and that you really want to do. So just do it. Well, that's Nike's stuff.
Well, again, we want to thank you so much for sharing time with us today. Your story is delightful, and we are so certain that you are not only, you've encouraged us, and so you'll continue to encourage and inspire others. And again, we look forward to seeing you continue along your journey. And so we'll check in with you again. We're going to get you back and get some updates, and so that we can celebrate your next and your next and your next. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And love, tell us the name of your building again.
You have just gotten the best sense of inspiration. Also, yes, the web address so that we can make sure that we post it.
Your web address and the name of your business.
Okay, the name of the business is IIiana Beauty Bar.
Spell it out for us, love.
L.Liana Beauty Bar. The Instagram page is the same. It's L.Liana Beauty. So that's the Instagram. The website is currently getting under construction right now. It's getting put together, but our Instagram is where we mostly post our updates in the building and the services they do to promote them.
Great. Well, we really great having you here. Okay, I think she's posted it. IIiana Beauty.
Yes.
So we look forward to watching that grow and seeing you grow and everything. And I have to tell you, you look just like your grandma. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
so for everyone, we hope to see you. You know what's happening. You know where to find us. Money and Mindset every Tuesday, coming to you 9 a.m. Pacific. And so we will see you again next week for another episode of Money and Mindset. Dr. Money and Dr. Story Genius. And thanks to our special guest, Love, for joining us today. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you next week.